it's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another video. So today's video, I actually tried making a vegan beef roast. Yes, my friends, I made a seitan roast and it actually turned out to be delicious. So this is a vegan version of beef roast and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I made it. There will be a link to the recipe down below with all of the measurements and everything, and it was so good. So I really hope you guys try this. I think this is perfect for this time of year. And honestly, you can make this any time of year, any sort of evening where you wanna have like a cozy sort of roast, but especially perfect for the holiday season. This would be like the perfect kind of main dish for your vegan holiday feast. So hopefully you guys try this at home, make it yourself, and let me know what you guys think. So without further ado, let's just jump into the recipe.
All right, you guys, let's get started on making this delicious vegan beef roast. First, I preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And meanwhile, we're gonna use a blender. Yes, guys, you can use a blender or a food processor. It just makes life a lot easier, and it's the only way I've been successfully able to make seitan. So into a blender, I'm gonna add some soft tofu, dark soy sauce, vegetable oil, Dijon mustard, tomato paste, red wine vinegar, nutritional yeast, beetroot powder, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, salt, vegetable stock cube, and Vital Wheat gluten. Now we're just going to blend this up until it comes together and looks slightly lumpy and it's not so sticky. So it shouldn't be so sticky that you can't work with it. And as you can see, mine was quite sticky, which isn't really what we want. So I realized it's probably because I didn't add enough Vital Wheat gluten. So I added a little bit more after taking the mixture out of the blender, and I added just enough so that it wasn't super sticky anymore. It was slightly gummy and I was able to work with it with my hands. For the measurements in the blog post, I did adjust it according to the final measurements I used. But yeah, you just kind of want to work with it a little bit, knead it a little bit, and just so that it kind of comes together. And now for this part, I kind of winged it. I kind of winged this whole thing. Anyway, I kind of wanted to make this a little bit extra fatty, nice and juicy, so I added in some vegan butter and I kind of try to get it into the crevices, so like slight chunks of vegan butter, but it was a little bit awkward to work with, but in the end, I think it kind of worked out and I kind of got it into the crevices that I wanted, and I think it helped make this a bit more tender. Anyway, remember I'm a total noob at this, but it still kind of worked out. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think of this method if you are a seasoned seitan maker. I might try next time to just add it into the mixture in the blender, but I kind of didn't want it to fully mix into the mixture, if that makes sense. I kind of just want it to be like in the crevices. Anyway, I formed some sort of a loaf shape and then I wrapped it in aluminum foil like so, and then just twisted the ends like that to secure it. Then I baked it in the oven for an hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I rotate it by a quarter every 15 minutes so I get kind of each side evenly. You could probably get away with just flipping it once halfway as well. While that was roasting in the oven, I prepared the broth. So in a Dutch oven, which is oven friendly, I added some vegetable oil, and then I'm going to cook up some chunks of onion, carrots, and celery. I cut them into sort of large bite-sized chunks, and then I cooked it in the oil for a couple of minutes, and then I added in some minced garlic and I cooked it for another few minutes, and then I'm just gonna set that aside. And in the same Dutch oven, I added some vegan butter along with some flour. So we're just gonna mix that in, and then I'm gonna slowly pour in some vegetable broth while mixing this. In my case, I used water and then vegetable bouillon cube. So yeah, that's basically vegetable broth. Then I added in some red wine, dark soy sauce, brown sugar, thyme, some fresh rosemary, and some bay leaves. Mix that really well, and then you're gonna bring this to a soft boil, and then just turn the heat off until the seitan is finished roasting in the oven. And once the seitan has completed the roasting, keep the oven on still because we're still gonna use it. I took the seitan out of the oven and then I carefully removed the aluminum foil. Don't burn yourself, okay? Be very careful. And then I added that seitan loaf just directly into that Dutch oven, okay? My seitan loaf was breaking apart just a little bit, but that's totally fine. And I just sort of flipped it around a few times and I poured the broth over it so that the broth just really gets in there and just soaks it all up. Then I'm going to add the vegetables back in, and then I just put this Dutch oven straight into the oven again at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for another hour. okay? Now, if you do not have a Dutch oven and you use just a regular pot that's not oven friendly, then make sure you just transfer everything into an oven friendly sort of casserole dish or something so that it's oven friendly. Okay, so I baked it in the oven again at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for another hour. Again, flipping the seitan a quarter way every 15 minutes and pouring a little bit of broth on top each time to just really let those broth flavors soak in. Now, you could probably do this on the stove as well. I didn't try it, but you could probably cook this also on the stove, okay? But don't quote me on that one, okay? Anyways, once the hour is up, take it out of the oven, and then here's the vegan beef roast. It's very fabulous. You can cut it up and move everything into like a serving tray and enjoy. This was probably my favorite seitan dish I've made so far, so hopefully you guys found this helpful too. And if I can make this, guys, as a seitan noob, you can definitely make this and maybe even better than I did. Let me know if you have any tips on seitan making. I know a lot of you guys are experts, so let me know what you guys think of this recipe. Again, the written recipe, the measurements and everything will be in a blog post down below.
All right, you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you tried it at home. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you give my recipe a 5-star review. All you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of the blog post and you'll be able to find a place where you can give me a little rating and a little comment. So 5-star rating is always appreciated. If you guys want more holiday recipe ideas, I'm gonna link my holiday recipes playlist down below, as well as somewhere over here on the screen. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more vegan recipes, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Happy holidays!